Hello, Professor Brady and class. My name is Denise Marsh, and I'm here to talk about the short story, A Good Man is Hard to Find by Flannery O'Connor. This is a disturbing story. All the characters in this story are very hard to like or feel any empathy for, except maybe the grandmother, and that's only because this story is actually seen through her eyes. She is a loudmouth, um, judgmental woman. She wants people to see and perceive her as a lady. She actually gives that as an excuse to why her life should be spared. When she was not asking for her grandchildren or her children's life to be spared, she was just worried about her own. Um, there's really no one to like in this story, and that makes me think that Flannery O'Connor is presenting us with a bit of a moral puzzle. And who is right? Who deserves to live? Who deserves to die? Um, is the misfit right about the grandmother dying? Does she deserve to die? When he said someone should have shot her every day of her life. Obviously, he was just tired of her, and he wasn't impressed. There was no redemption in this story. There was no growth, except maybe at the very end when the grandmother says, "Oh, you could be my child." That kind of shows that maybe she discovered some type of deep feeling or consciousness, awareness, but if so, very little. Um, some people say that the children and their parents may have grown at the end of this story a little bit. When John Wesley takes his father's hand, when the henchman is marching him out into the woods to kill them, or when the mother actually expressed her desire to be with her husband in death. That shows a little bit of family unity, some feelings that were not there before, because when they were at home, they spoke to each other very insulting, like very argumentative. When they were on the road, the children were very disrespectful, very annoying. John Wesley, he's kicking the back of his dad's seat. June Starr is being disrespectful. She's insulting to Red Sammy's wife, which pays her a compliment while they had stopped for dinner at the little roadside diner. The dad is no emotion. He only barks, when he's got some disappointment to express or some type of demands to his family. The mother is flat. She brings nothing. Both parents seem to be very shallow, very interested in teaching their children the difference, between right and wrong ways to talk to an adult. I don't think we were meant to really like any of these characters too much, including the grandmother. She tries to be interesting throughout the story and maybe funny, but she isn't. She's a liar. And she never even reveals that she had realized this is not the right road or even the right state. And she also brings the cat into the car, which ultimately causes the accident. And there's just no one to like in this story. Why is O'Connor showing us these characters? A family that is unlikable, a complex character that is a murderer that actually has labeled himself a misfit. The misfit is the only one in the story that actually is thoughtful, even though it may be in a weird way. He says the only pleasure there is in meanness is being mean. It's a little weird. He has come to this conclusion of that life, it has no meaning. There's no point in it. And you know, we think, why are we being shown these characters? Like, what is Flannery trying to get across to us? The reason might be that Flannery O'Connor tends to present the darkness of human nature and likes to point out that people may not be on the right path, though they may appear to be, but they're not. And perhaps the whole story is actually a little bit of a warning to us all that may be judgmental or shallow. You know, we're all in this together, and we shouldn't be so harsh on one another. All of us are flawed, none of us are perfect. The other point people maybe would like to point out is the empathy that is shown by the family when they are dying. It really is about the only time you see family unity, and you know that's not good. If there's any other message that can be taken from this story, is that the misfit, he had his own internal logic, and we have to notice that he wasn't on a killing rampage for fun or for sport. He was actually killing for his own survival while he was on the path to find some type of happiness or peace. He is stated in the story that he had been imprisoned unjustly on trumped up charges. It raises the thought that maybe our judicial system isn't fair, that maybe there have been people that have been imprisoned that should not have been. They actually were put in prison a better person than when they came out. O'Connor's portrayal of characters in this story strengthens her analogy that man indeed is a flawed creature. Thank you for listening and have a good day. Bye.